All right.
All right.
Want to share your story?
Oh, my engagement story?
Yes.
Sure. So a week ago today, actually, I got engaged. And it was a big surprise. My sisters fooled me into thinking that he was gonna propose with a fake ring because he couldn't wait any longer. And I don't even remember, honestly. Like, it was just such a blur that whole day. I got engaged on Valentine's Day, so kind of cringy, but it's okay.
Why is it cringy?
Because it's just Valentine's Day. That's just like the thing people do. But that's okay. I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's great.
Well, I thought it would be cute because you said in the last episode that like you haven't really had a good Valentine's Day.
Now it's fantastic. I love Valentine's Day.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, maybe it'll change her opinion on Valentine's Day. So
It's like
because other people seem to care about it. But.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was very surprising just because he made it seem like it wasn't going to happen for a while. I didn't even know that the ring was here until I like figured it out the night before somehow. And he was like, oh my gosh, she's going to know I'm going to propose this weekend. So he wanted to do it earlier. So he set up like, what did he tell you guys? What did he tell you, Nat? He was like...
Well, because he wanted to propose to you the next day, but he knew that you wanted your nails done. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, how do we like get her to get her nails done tomorrow? And so then we had to come up with this plan to like make you not be sus.
Yeah.
So Natalie called me and was like, I'm just doing you a service because you did it for me with Colton when I got married. I'm just letting you know, get your nails done tomorrow, like ASAP. And I was like, he told me to get them done Friday, so I was like, whatever. But then I was like, even if he did do it, my nails are fine. It'd be fine.
Yeah, we weren't sure about that, so I'm glad that you thought that.
I don't know why I said it. I guess it was just like, I had suspicions, but I was like, whatever. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. And then, like, you called me and you literally said, like, tomorrow. I think it's going to happen tomorrow, so make sure you get your nails done. And I was like, So then all day long on Valentine's Day, I'm like waiting for him to propose, and he like does nothing. I mean, he got me he got me a flower. He got me a huge balloon.
Like huge.
Like it's ginormous. Because we went to Smith's one day, and I saw it, and I was like, look at that giant balloon.
How did he even get it home?
I don't know. He said that he was like, he had his head like this.
Oh my gosh. It's so hard to drive with balloons. It's so hard to drive with balloons by yourself.
Yeah.
I was like, with Nora's balloons, I was like yanking them down, driving on the I-15 because it was just me in the car. So I was like grabbing the hook of the three, and I was like,
it's a fire hazard.
Yeah. So he got me that, some chocolates, and
cute.
I was like, and then we went to breakfast at True Religion, and we were just like hanging out all day. He taught me how to drive his manual car, which was really fun. I'm getting the hang of it. I'm pretty good at it now. Yeah, and then I was just waiting for it, and then finally, it was time for us to go do our podcast that night, and Kim had come and picked me up so that we could go to Nat's house to do it, and I left Wes there. I was like, are you going to go home or are you just going to like wait for me here? Because I was like, just go home. But he was like, I had to get my shoes on. And I was like, okay. So I was like thinking that he was just going to leave right away. But apparently he went and told my parents. He went and told Mom and Dad that he was going to propose. Mm-hmm. And Mom was like, oh, you are? And he's like, most emotion I've seen from her ever. Yeah. So then, anyway, I went to the podcast, we did the whole entire episode, and then I was just sitting there waiting, and Kim usually goes behind the camera and does stuff with it, so I was just letting her do her thing. Natalie was like, I'll be right back, usual, so it was like not like something suspicious. I'm just sitting here on my phone ready to text Wesley, and then I hear him speak from the doorway, and I literally gasped. So
literally.
And then he proposed. I mean, it was good. It was a cute proposal. So, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that was good.
everybody. You're listening to Discussions with Heidi, Nat, and Kim.
We're three sisters who talk about anything and everything while playing trivia.
We can't promise we'll always stay on topic, but we can promise we'll always be safe for work. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode. So today, we're going to be talking about something a little more serious than we usually do. We're going to be talking about what we do on hard days or when life gets hard. And it can be like our funny things too, but yeah, we just wanted to like...
I got plenty of those.
I mean, they probably are. I'll be like talking about something super serious and somebody will probably be like, what? Like laughing, like what the crazy?
Nah,
But
we all experience pain in different ways and how to cope with it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not healthy, but we do it.
The first thing I thought of was cry. Anyone else?
Me too. I literally was like, she had said something today, and I was like, what do you do when you're having a hard day? And I was like, cry? And she was like, yeah, heard.
Yeah, same. No, because I do. Or throw a pity party.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
It's number one.
I feel
Pity
that.
party. Pity party.
You got the timer. I don't know why it didn't
Alright.
go off.
Already?
Oh, it's because I muted it.
Here,
Okay.
I can go real quick.
Heck yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right.
What type of food holds the world record for being the most stolen around the globe?
Hot dogs.
What? Why is that your gut answer?
I don't know.
Why do you always answer before I give the choices?
Sorry. Okay, go.
I just want to always be like, wait, let me finish.
How do you shut up?
Not hot dogs.
Ah, darn.
Okay, so the answers are Wagyu beef. I obviously don't know how to say that.
It's not that
Oh, it's
one.
like, isn't it like
It could
Korean beef or something? I don't know.
Cheese, coffee, or chocolate.
Chocolate.
Just stolen off the street?
What type of food holds the world record for being the most stolen around the globe?
Oh.
Chocolate.
I was thinking like it was like some vendor thing on the side of the road that people just like stole from. And I was like,
Oh.
Here's some cheese.
vendor items, hot dogs.
Oh, I would.
That's where I
thought
went.
you were thinking like homeless people. Like, I need some cheese. No. I stick with chocolate because how often as little kids
Do we steal a chocolate
do
bar?
we steal a chocolate bar and then our mom made us
true.
go back and
Confess.
confess to our sin?
Yeah. And then they'd be like,
true.
oh, that's okay.
That's
Just
okay.
don't do it again.
Yeah. I'm like, give me that.
I would say chocolate too.
Yeah, chocolate.
Okay, it's cheese.
What?
Cheese.
Yeah.
You still? Who's
Who's stealing it? Cheese?
It's according to this, it says it's estimated that as much as 4% of cheese produced around the world is stolen.
Whoa, that's kind of
Which-
a lot.
How?
That's a lot of cheese.
Which, some cheeses are freaking expensive. So, like, I can kind of see it.
Have you ever made a charcuterie board?
I haven't, actually.
Oh my gosh,
But
it's
I-
like $100 to get everything.
But,
the
like, you
crackers,
know
the meat,
us.
the cheese.
We love cheese in our
Right,
family.
right.
Like, cheese is the best. So, like, I understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Stealing
was
cheese.
it Jeff
Just-
stealing the cheese? Because when we go to Olive Garden, the guy's like, "Say when," and Jeff just sits there for 30 seconds, and then he's like, "That's probably too much." Like in his mind, he's probably like, "That's too much for other people." Okay, when?
He's like, I don't want to look like a freak, but
Yeah, no, he told me he's like, I would finish off the wheel if I could. I'm like, so.
No, really though. Like, we take cheese for granted. When I was on my mission, I barely ever had cheese.
Really?
Like, never. And like, I was at a lunch with some people, and they had like a spaghetti type dish, and they brought out some cheese. It was literally like a bowl, like not even like the size of that hand. Like with some cheese.
Of this
Yeah,
hand.
this hand.
Not this one.
That one.
Yeah.
But like, and it was for everybody. There was like 8 people, and I'm like, I like started taking something, and I realized I like just like had that thought, like, what if this is the only cheese they have? And then I was like, oh, I don't want to take all the cheese. So it was like a little dusting of cheese, like it was, and I just like
that's like
I just wanted to dump the whole thing, and I still would have needed more. But like literally, that was all. Like it's just expensive there. So
that's
that-
fair.
that makes
I
sense.
honestly probably would have thrived there, not for the milk, But I mean, for like the cheese, I could go without cheese, honestly.
Oh, I can't.
I'm the light cheese, no cheese person.
Me too.
I can't
Yeah.
do it. I
Like
love
that
cheese.
when they put like the wheel
Yeah.
on the
It's 2
Olive
seconds
Garden,
later.
it's like, all right, you're done.
You're
All right.
done.
All right. And they don't hear you, and you're like, please stop.
Because the social anxiety.
When?
They start, and
Oh,
then
my
they
phone.
immediately stop.
Oh no, where's your phone? Sorry. As I very gracefully pick it up.
No, but you guys know, like, my favorite food is literally pizza. So, like,
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
I've
That's
had
right.
to go off dairy for different reasons, aka my babies. And it was hard. Like, yeah, the milk, not too hard. Just honestly, the cheese.
I love milk.
So hard.
I
for me.
love milk.
milk. Is in everything, man. Like,
I love milk.
That's true.
it's kind of
be
hard to
surprised.
avoid, honestly.
Yeah, we had to get like dairy-free desserts for you one time, and it was just like Oreos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oreos, my jam. Luckily, I like those. I'm surprised that I still like them after that because I ate so many Oreos during that time.
Yeah.
Aw.
So it's like all
and
I could
then
have.
just like the little stint that I did with like no gluten, no milk, no dairy. The hardest thing ever. I don't know what people eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Salad all day long? That sounds so boring.
not even because depending on what dressing you put in it, there's
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
or gluten,
Have to be like
or
a
like
vinaigrette.
croutons, like vinaigrette, olive
Yeah.
oil,
Vinaigrette.
Couldn't do it.
One of those
Couldn't do it. No, thank you.
olive oil dressing
I don't
on
know.
the side.
So that's why I was like, I should probably just go with like one or the other, and just do like very little of the other, you know. But like,
and you
it's
chose
just difficult.
dairy.
I chose to do little of dairy
Yeah.
and then no gluten,
Yeah.
or I try to. It's not very successful, but I do my best.
Well, I remember. Do you remember when Mom was trying to set up Jeff with like one of her coworkers, but she
Yeah.
had like 1,000,000 dietary restrictions,
Yeah.
and Jeff was like, "No," and I was like, "You jerk!" But like honestly, thinking about it, that would kind of be hard because like
Yeah.
if your spouse can't, then like you feel bad, or like you kind of are restricted as well, and yeah.
I know, because then I kind of stopped doing it because then I started dating Wes.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was like, I want a hamburger. And I was like, so do I. And so I just was like, let's go get a hamburger. And yeah. So, and then like I told him, and he's like, why? Why do you have to do that? And I was like, well, I was like explaining it. And he's like, I just don't understand why. And I was like, I don't know how to explain this to you. Like, I don't
body
feel good
cannot.
with it. But I just do it anyway. And I'm just in constant pain.
Same. No, same. That's why I keep Lactaid on hand constantly.
Yeah.
And Heidi's like, you're taking like 5? Yes. Sometimes I take 12, so I don't have to be in pain. Yeah, Heidi, you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's so many.
But it just depends on how much you eat. Like, ice cream really affects me. So whenever I have ice cream, I have
Oh my
to
gosh. So during the Super Bowl, I bought Fat Boys for everybody, which nobody ate. So of course I ate
You didn't
them
bring them
myself.
out. I didn't
Oh
know
yeah,
we
I didn't
had
know we
them.
had any.
Oh. I told everybody.
Yeah, but I was like,
hey,
yeah, later.
there's ice cream in the fridge. And so I took one, thinking everybody would just like follow me, and nobody did. So I was like, fine, whatever. So then, of course, I have to eat them. And so now
Naturally.
it's just like, I had so many stomach problems. I was like, I gotta stop. I was like, I can't eat these anymore.
Bro, just do Lactaid. Lactaid has saved my life.
Oh my
But
god.
anyway. Okay. So besides cry.
Yes.
Emotional
eating.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yup.
Yeah.
Sadly. And that usually tends to be ice cream for me. And then I just feel horrible afterwards. It's a vicious cycle. Yeah.
Oh man.
What's like another like food that you guys eat when you're like emotional?
Peanut
eating?
butter.
Peanut butter.
Yeah.
anything like cheesy?
Really?
You
back
were
to
just
cheese.
there.
Let's revert back to cheese.
See the cupboard of 4 Cheez-It boxes in my house right now. Because Jeff said you need Cheez-Its.
You know what? I am so proud of myself because I was at Costco earlier today and I wanted the Cheez-Its so bad, but
Yeah.
I thought, you know, if they're there, I will eat them. If they're not, I won't. And so I passed them and I didn't get them.
Wow.
And now I'm sad.
Go get your
Go get them.
Cheez-Its.
Go get them.
Go get
I
your
have like no
Cheez-Its.
snacks anymore, but that's okay. It honestly helps.
You mean your child's fruit leathers aren't enough?
Fruit leathers. I want something salty. I'm such a savory person. Like, I'm really not a sweet tooth. I've discovered I'm more of a savory.
Not me. I kind of am both. Those like desserts where that kind of has like the salty and sweet to it are like my favorite.
Yeah, those are good.
Because I could just eat all of that. But like when it's too salty, then you're like, okay, I'm kind of done. But when it's like too sweet, you're like, okay, I don't want this anymore. But when it's like right in the middle of like perfect, it's just a perfect harmony. Kiss.
The yin and the
Sweet
yang.
and salty.
And the yang put together.
Wait, what did we do yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to do the score.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, emotional eating's a big one. I feel like a lot of people do that naturally. And like,
Yeah. They
What's
don't even
like-
think about it.
What's like something like serious, like something like more healthy that you guys try and do?
well, I don't know if
when
it's
you're sad.
healthy, but I like write down why I'm not feeling good.
That's
Oh,
pretty
that's good.
healthy.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
I write it down, I read it back to myself, and then I decide if it's worth bringing up to my husband.
Oh,
So yeah, anyway.
I know. Well, Wesley can just read everything on my face. So he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like,
Yeah, this
all
is-
right, well, now I have to tell you.
This is Heidi when she's mad.
It's kind of true. Is that how I am too?
yeah.
Is that how you can
Yeah,
tell?
it's all of you. This
We all
is
just
Jeff.
we just wear it on our faces, I guess.
I'm like, Jeff, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, but I realized yesterday we had just like the most annoying situation between like me and Wesley. It just like happened to us both, and so, because we were like trying to find an apartment, and something just like fell through, and we were just really tired of trying to find an apartment, and then it always just falling through, and so like it's just been really rough. And then I was like so mad, and then Wes comes in. I've never really seen him that upset before, and he's just like kind of talking at me and just being like, I'm so mad, like I don't know why we can't get a freaking apartment. And then like as soon as he started yelling, I was like calm. I was like, all right, it's time for me to be calm. It's time for him to be upset, and then he can yell at me. Not really, but like show his frustration. But like as soon as he started like yelling like that, I was like, okay, somebody has to be the level head here. But it was like natural. So it's
I
kinda
totally
weird.
feel that. Like, yeah, I'm the same way. Like when Colton, like I just feel like they like give you permission to like act a certain way, I guess. But like if I like Colton's really bad at telling me, but when he does tell me if he's like struggling with something, then I like feel like I have to be like stronger.
The stronger
because
one,
like
uh-huh.
both of us can't be like in a mess, you
Yeah.
know. So we have to pick up the slack. So I totally get that. Because, yeah, if Colton's mad, then I'm like, it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah, exactly. I was over here like, all right, we just need to put it behind us. And he's like, still going. And I was like, we just need to calm down.
I could tell he was pretty
And,
passionate
yeah,
about it.
he was upset yesterday.
I didn't realize. So Jeff and I were oot in a boot, and
Oot in a boot.
I was like, oh crap, I have so many messages, and then I read them. I was like, oh, Wesley's upset.
Yeah. About this.
So I
certain
felt bad. I
apartment.
was like, oh, how do I like respond in a
Yeah.
helpful way? But
Yeah, he was like, I'm not even mad that we didn't get the apartment. He's like, I just felt like they disrespected us so much in this certain instance that, like, he was like, it was just not the integrity people have or don't have, you know, of just like, they said that we had it and then they went back on it.
Oh my
and
gosh.
yeah, so he was just so mad. But anyway, but yeah, writing
It's
it
frustrating.
down and like looking at it from an outsider's point of view almost is like
yeah,
pretty helpful.
is it? I mean, helpful for me. I just don't know if it was healthy to like
No, that's
have a
that's
notebook
pretty
of
healthy,
random.
yeah.
Like literally, if someone were to look back at like this random like notebook I have for that, where it's just like the corner of the page, I'm writing down what I'm mad about. I look like a serial killer. Like just my scribbles. It's like
Yeah, no,
You
for
underline
me,
names.
exclamation points actually, or the star. I'm like,
Oh, man.
like I hope no one finds my notebook.
No, that's
But-
actually really good, though, because, like, you can kind of work through things. That's, like, a big
Yeah.
thing that they suggest in therapy is to, like, journal and whatnot. And, like, I'll do that sometimes, and it's just so funny because I'm like, I'm not trying to be dramatic, and then I'm like, like, straight drama. And then I, like, go back and read it, and I'm like, I
know.
I'm like, I'm so dramatic. This is so stupid.
When you were on your mission, you told me to write my journal because I was just so angry about everything. I was like this little 15-year-old girl that was like, I hate boys, I hate this, I hate that, and like so drama. And then I would write in it, but like it was true, like feelings that I had, and like but writing them down really helped me get through it.
Yeah. No, really. And then you like, for me, seriously, just looking back, like the next day, even I'll be like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm over it. Like that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like why am I even upset
Or
about
you
that?
sleep
Or-
on it, and then you're like, all right, it doesn't
1000%.
matter that much.
That's why I actually don't agree when people give like wedding advice or marriage advice and say like don't fight or don't go to sleep
mad.
angry.
Yeah.
I need to do that.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's me
yeah.
too.
because I need to sleep on it and then wake up
Yeah.
in the next morning like, why
Yeah.
was I mad? Like,
Yeah, that's
why,
so.
why did I make it a big deal?
I was talking to Wes one night. I was like upset by something, but I was like, I didn't know how to really put it into words or reasons why I was really upset.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, what's got you so upset? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, no, tell me. And I was like, listen, when I know, I will let you know. I was like, but I really don't know how to tell you in words without just like spouting off things that don't actually matter.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want to start a fight about something that I'm not actually angry about.
Yeah, I'm like, you want me to put it in
So-
song?
So
for
he's
you?
like, okay, well then I just need you to let me know that you need time to think about it. And I was like, okay, that's fair. I can let you know that, but I'm like, but we can't always talk about things because I don't know how to put it into words.
That's
so
fair. That's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't. Like, sometimes it's straight up just like hormones. And
Yeah,
you're like, dude,
exactly.
I don't know. I'm
I told
sorry.
it, I was like, sometimes I'm just cranky and I'm tired, and so things just bother me. But then the next day, I'm like, whatever, like doesn't bother me anymore.
Yeah. That's why, like, yeah, like, I heard this, I don't know, in high school or whatever, where, like, don't make big decisions at night. And, like, I've always tried to live by that and, like, come to conclusions. To, like, not come to conclusions because you're just tired. There's a lot of things at play, and just things always look a little darker for me at night. And, like, it just kind of depends on your personality and if you're, like, a night owl, a morning owl, or whatever. But, like, yeah, you should not make decisions and, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sleep really does
Or
help.
it's like you get that sudden urge to just like get your life together at night.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Where you're like, tomorrow I'm gonna exercise. You wake up in the morning, you're like, I'm not doing that anymore. Or like, I'm gonna clean my room, or I'm gonna write down all my goals, and then you don't do that the next day. But it's true.
Yeah.
I have a trivia question.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, the first time someone bought real world goods with Bitcoin, 10,000 Bitcoin to be specific, worth over 90 million US dollars today.
Ooh.
To put it in perspective, what were they exchanged for? Is it A, 2 pizzas, B, a novelty calendar, like a themed calendar, C, sneakers, or D, a hardcover of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets?
Ooh, it's probably sneakers.
Yeah, I was going to say some shoes, depending on the brand, can be.
Or Harry Potter, depending on the time. And the Chamber
What
of
is your
Secrets?
final answer? Yeah.
Second one?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say
gonna go
sneakers.
Sneakers.
Wrong. It was 2 pizzas.
Are you kidding
The
me?
Joey special.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was so surprised. I was like, of course, someone that just wanted to spend their Bitcoin. Because at the time, it was probably not worth, obviously,
lot.
$90 million.
Yeah.
But enough to get 2 pizzas. That's like, what, $30 maybe?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
$30-$40.
Yeah. So
That is
2
nuts.
pizzas. Was that you? Because your pizza's your
No. No, listen. I love pizza, but I'm not about to spend that much on that. On
That's
pizza.
fair. No, that's fair. Yeah, 2 pizzas. I was very surprised. I was just like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
cool. Maybe they were emotionally eating. Sometimes
Maybe.
I shop emotionally.
Oh, yeah. Retail therapy.
Retail therapy. Yes.
That's true. I went through a phase where I literally just looked on Shein all day long. And I
Yeah.
was like putting things in my cart. I don't know if I actually bought anything, but like it helps me emotionally get through. Like, oh, that's so cute. Maybe I could wear that, or like buy some shoes and some jewelry. Even though I have like the hardest time wearing jewelry, I don't remember to put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Wes was like, "Do you like jewelry? Like, what jewelry do you wear?" And I was like, "Just don't buy me a necklace. I just don't like necklaces. And I was like, it depends on the bracelet. And I was like, you know what, just don't buy me jewelry.
That's okay.
Just save yourself some money. Don't
Yeah.
even try.
No, retail therapy is something I learned from my mom, actually, which is probably good and bad. Because my mom would tell us if, like, a boy made us sad or whatever, she would say, okay, what you're going to do, you're going to cry tonight, but tomorrow we're going to go to the store, we're going to get you a new outfit, you're going to get more makeup, and the next day at school, you're going to show up and not show that you're sad. You're going to show him that you are better because you look better. And that was, like, ingrained into our brains. And she always told us, like, when you feel like crying, put lipstick on or put lip gloss. Because, like, how a lot of people put it on, you just do, like, this, like, motion of, like,
So you're like,
I'm
yeah.
smiling already. Like, you're already using those muscles in your face to, like,
Yeah.
smile. So that's something my mom told us, which is not good. So whenever, like, we were sad because of a boy, all right, let's go to the mall.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty healthy. And actually, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but like, I think it could be pretty healthy to like set a time limit of like, you know, I'm gonna cry for, depending on what it is, like I'm gonna cry for a day,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna try and get over it. Like then I'm done. You know.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty healthy. You have to like be able to acknowledge those feelings and like feel them, like that they exist, because it's not helpful to just like ignore them.
Yeah.
Like pretend you don't have them.
But yeah, I think allowing yourself the space to express your emotion, whether it's positive or negative, needs to happen. You need to acknowledge it head on, and like you said, like allow yourself to feel.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people grew up with the mentality of like suck it up, suck it up. We talked about it yesterday a little bit, how like someone older told a group of people in front of me, like, oh, back in my day, we didn't have anxiety and depression. And I was like ready to respond, but the person took over and said, actually, yeah, you did. You just didn't have a space to feel those emotions.
Yeah.
Like you were always told, like, to stuff it down.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It's created
It's
by
all in your head.
It's created by Hollywood. How many times have we heard that? And so, like, it was just one of those things that people didn't allow themselves to feel, like to feel weak and broken.
Yeah.
And that's why, I don't know, I feel like bad sometimes. I'm like, man, my mom did more than me with 3 children, and I'm suffering without any children and having a harder time. But I realized, like, no, she probably just kept it so
Hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I was saying like with the meme that I found. It was like these 2 people were in the library and she was watching this guy and like they set like this timer. He would like cry for like 10 minutes and then as soon as the timer went off, wiped the tears and then went back to studying. I was like,
That's
okay.
smart. Yeah.
I think I need to do that.
No, but it really is smart because, yeah, like you were saying, it's super important to make sure you feel those things, but it's also important to, like, set a time limit because it can cross over from, like, being healthy to actually making things worse.
Yep.
It's like, in psychology, I learned this. I don't know if this is common knowledge. Maybe it is, but, like, you hear a lot, like, go run it off, like, if somebody's mad or, like, I want to go punch something or whatever. It actually makes it worse because your body, your emotions and your physiological actions are tied. And so if you are doing things that are, like, making your heart race or whatever, or, like, having those same physiological reactions to, like, when you're mad, then your body is, like, mad, and then your brain is like, oh, I'm mad. And it just like makes it worse. And so like if you're mad and you go out running or you go and punch something, like it actually just can make you even more mad versus if you just calm down or whatever.
Interesting.
So
I mean, that kind of makes sense. Like in my head, you know, like seeing it in a picture, you know. But yeah, I mean, I was never really one to like hate something or
yeah.
it was more of like I'm so frustrated and then I just start crying type of thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, as soon as I'm done crying, I'm like tired.
Yeah.
Maybe I take a nap and then I
Well, it's like even if you're sad, like, yeah, you need to feel that. But if you keep just like acting like you're sad, like you lay in bed, you don't get up and do those things that you normally do, then like, yeah, then your body might just be like, yeah, you know what, I'm sad. Your mind just be like, yeah, I'm acting sad, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, when you have a breakup or whatever, however long you've dated that person is like you like divide it by like so much time or whatever, and that's the amount of time that you can like spend like grieving
About it, yeah.
and then as soon as it's over, then you have to get over it. You're kind of just like, okay, I grieved for a week and I'm done, you know, like no more tears, and then you just move on with your life.
Yeah.
Of course, healing and forgiveness and things like that aren't linear. Like you have good days, you have bad days, but like it's important to I think it's important to set that boundary for yourself, of allowing yourself to feel bad, but then also get over it.
And sometimes, like, a lot of people don't like the saying, but like to fake it until you make it, it actually is a thing. Like, and for me, it depends on like what type of sadness or whatever hard day like I'm having. Like if it's actually like an issue, like I probably should work through, you know, I need to like write it in my journal or talk to somebody or whatever. But if I can tell it's just like hormones, then I'm just like, you know what, I'm having a hard day. It's probably this. I'm just going to act like everything's good. And I try and like go outside with my kids. I try and like keep myself busy and moving. And it usually helps. And I'm just like, I just try and fake it till I make it.
No,
All right.
I love that.
Excuse me. Last trivia question. Okay. What is the national animal of Scotland?
Of Scotland?
Okay. Give
Is
us the
it
options.
A?
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Do you know this one?
Yeah, I know this one. I have this question too.
Oh,
All
This
right,
is happening way
Kim.
more than I thought it would.
I know. Seriously. Okay.
Kim,
All right.
is it A, goat, B, unicorn, C, chicken, or D, dragon?
I feel like it'd be the most outlandish one, because Outlander, Scotland.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with either dragon or unicorn, but I want to say unicorn. I don't know why that stood out to me.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Sure.
That is correct.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I
Good
was gonna say, it's
job.
probably chicken.
I think that's so funny. They're like, you know what? We don't even know if this is real, but this is our animal, unicorn.
It is not real. You said, I don't know if this is real,
Heidi.
but it's definitely not.
Multiverse.
Oh, okay.
Multiverse. Heidi.
You know what? I like to leave a little room for possibility. Okay.
Same.
I mean, I'm still waiting for my Hogwarts letter, so.
Yeah, Cole's optimistic, but I hope that we can find a unicorn out there one day, whether here or on Mars.
Okay. Awesome.
He's like, you guys are so.
Thanks for listening to Discussions. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Discussions Podcast to check out weekly highlights of each episode. Make sure to listen in when you need a sister or three. Catch you next week.